and you get the support, and there is not much of red tape which goes about delaying the decision. You are empowered, and the decisions happen quick. I think that's something.
Yeah, so I use this term decision velocity.
Right.
Yeah, it's very high here. I mean, it doesn't get stuck in red tapeism or bureaucracy and all. So that somehow helps us to fail fast. So if we need to
And
fail
learn fast.
and learn fast. So
True.
I think that's where the whole learnability thing kicks in.
Correct.
And when everybody talks about that Sokrati is a great learning place, I think that's where it is.
Hi friends, and welcome to our series Heroes of Sokrati. And today we have with us an esteemed guest, Vikash. Vikash is one of the member of the senior management and holds a wide portfolio, managing a really wide canvas. I'm going to leave it to Vikash to articulate it. And welcome, Vikash, and we would like to hear about you at Sokrati and the kind of portfolio you manage, and help us with it.
Yeah, hi. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, thanks for welcoming me on this show, and I'm eager and glad to participate here and share my experience. I mean, I've been with Sokrati for almost close to 5 years now. And the journey started when Sokrati was very small. We were almost like 70-75 members BizOps team. That was the time when we started.
Right.
And the way the years have moved on, I seriously, when I look back, I think it just went in a, so fast that I don't even recall that 5 years has gone by. Of late, while I do manage with able support from my team members a bigger portfolio, but each day, each week, each month, each year has been marked by a lot of learnings. When I came to Sokrati, I had a prior experience of 12 odd years in technology as well as consulting industry. But then when I relate to that 12 years and this 5 years, I think this quite outweighs what it was there. So yeah, that's
Great. I think what Vikash also brings to table is a phenomenal skill of being very calm, and he's a very humble person. Manages really wide portfolio, large teams, large accounts, and humble, reachable, accessible. So thanks, Vikash, for sharing that.
I mean, you're really overplaying that.
I think that's something which all of us experience here, and it's a potential for all the new folks who are coming on board, that the opportunity to work here. Now, what we want to understand is that these 5 years at Sokrati, the first memorable experience of your success, when you started was 75 to what it has come today. Would you like to share that experience and the learning and the support you got?
So, I mean, the first success was I'll say it was small in the quantum of success that I have got, but yeah, it's a memorable one. We were looking out for psychometric analysis team who could help us do that.
Okay.
And when I joined, Nilesh did mention that why don't you tell me what we can pick.
Okay.
I suggested something from just doing a simple Google key, why not this?
Okay.
And then I downloaded a simple Excel and tried to do some psychometric around that.
Wow.
And then quickly, there was a team of 10 members. I think I remember Kaushal was there, and there were a few other folks. They helped me put it together. They were ready to be the guinea pigs for that.
Wow.
Okay. And then we got some glimpse of it. And then we reached out to another company here in Pune, whom we sort of told our problem, shared our problem, and they gave us some ideas around it, how they can do it. And within a week, we had got from them whatever the plans were there, what are the capabilities we need to address, and also we were able to finalize the rates and all. I was pretty surprised at the pace at which it moved.
Okay.
In my other organization or past organization, it would have taken like at least a quarter for us to close that decision.
Right.
But here in a matter of like 3-4 days, we were done with it. Okay. We had rolled it almost with the agency, and then within 2 weeks we were ready to roll it off.
That's
so great. That was a big change of environment for me, and I think that was a small success which we're able to close. But yeah, it was quite a remarkable one.
Great. So basically, what learning comes out of this experience here is that try to be a problem solver, and you get the support, and there is not much of red tape which goes about delaying the decision. You are empowered, and the decisions happen quick. I think that's something.
Yeah. So I use this term decision velocity.
Right.
Yeah, it's very high here. I mean, it doesn't get stuck in red tapeism or bureaucracy, and also that somehow helps us to fail fast. So if we need to
And
fail,
learn fast.
and learn fast. So I think that's where the whole learnability thing kicks in.
Correct.
And when everybody talks about that Sokrati is a great learning place, I think that's where it is.
Yes, I think that was a fantastic thing that we fail fast and learn fast, because that's why we are growing fast. And now that brings us specifically to what Vikash brought about is last 10 months have been chaotic. I think the life has been topsy-turvy. So, and we went through real turbulence during this last 10 months, and businesses worldwide were impacted. And we also were impacted. Would you like to guide us? How did you channelize your verticals, your team, to keep them engaged and then rise up from the bottom when we went to climbing high? Would you like to?
Yeah, I mean, it was tough. I mean, like I recall that I had gone on a trip and I returned, and then I'd gone to Bhutan, and this pandemic and entire using sanitizer and putting masks thing was quite on there. I came back to India, it was all normal.
Okay.
And suddenly we hear that there's a lockdown going to be announced, or let's get into that work from home mode. I think Sokrati went in work from home mode quite early, before that was announced.
20th of March,
22nd if I recall.
Yeah.
And initially it was like, okay, a month is what we need, 14 days quarantine, and then we are all back.
Yes.
And then there were a few measures announced by government and all. And it looked like a short-term thing.
By April end, you will be all fine.
Yeah. But then 1 week, 1 month, it just went on.
True.
I think this entire quarter of April, May, June was bad. It did hit us quite hard. It was almost like we are getting into that whole survival mode. And I think team was needed a little bit of a comfort, little bit of a safety net. And from that perspective, I think Sokrati did wonderfully well that the type of communications that we were able to sort of roll, the type of support we were able to provide with respect to people needed any input, feedback, what they should do, how they should handle. A lot of people were here based in Pune, while their families were all outside Pune. How to deal with that. So those were early days. And come May, I think it did set in that, it's going to be a long haul. It's not going to be so easy one.
True.
And the data started flowing on from Spain and Italy. That was like really scary part. I mean, even I recall in WhatsApp groups that we have a team, people did start sharing few imageries and numbers and all. I think I generally don't discourage people to do that, but I did intervene that let's not use that as a mechanism to spread negativity. Let's use that for whatever positive things that we can do. And then we started doing some small events here and there, Friday get-togethers on a Zoom call, and a small MBRs, monthly catch-ups and all. And then even if the birthday was there, we will try to get on call. And initially, I think we all used to be video off mode. Suddenly, then there was this whole thing. Let's see what's there on the other side, and I think that was another change. After June, I think that the whole this graph started going up, and it was almost, it catapulted the entire thing so immensely that I think right now we are doing much volume of business. I think we are doing much more than what we were doing in past. I think the market space has also changed a bit. A bit would be I mean, it has changed a lot actually. The expectations from the market has changed a lot. The industry has evolved a lot. a large number of retailers or offline retailers or offline players in market have suddenly realized that there is a need to come online, and there is a big push happening there. Few of our clients who had their entire digital roadmap ready, what they had planned like 2 years henceforth that they will want to do, they just preponed it because of the immense power or magnifying power that the digital gives. And in fact, contrary to what we thought, a lot of auto industry players, they did wonderfully well in this entire period. Right after the lockdown got over, initially we thought that it's a pent-up demand, but then we realized that they're doing numbers much more than what they would have done in last year. So I mean, it has been a V-shaped recovery, and for us it's like the other part of the V is just going up and up.
I think that's brilliant. I think this is very interesting insight in terms of how we have dealt and coped with this turbulence. So what Vikash brought about dealing with this turbulence, yes, we were hit, and the leadership is one thing which sets us different to help our people being engaged, keep them motivated by various initiatives which we talked about. Was something our core point. We didn't just let the people off.
Yep.
Various initiatives were.
Yeah, I think that was core. In fact, our WBRs or the weekly business reviews, the leadership reviews, every meeting, people were at the core of it. And that was the first thing that we discussed. We did understand, the leadership did understand that people are getting impacted. This work from home, while initially in a normal scenario, it was different that the pace of work would be lesser when you're working from home. But that was when you're actually working from home for a longer period, it was immense. The schedule, the days that people started their work from, the schedule was immensely tight. People generally logged in at 9, and even late in night at 9, work was not over. And then we realized that I think something is going wrong. And we started talking one-on-one with each one of them, how they're managing their time, what's happening, what is sort of taking away a lot of their time in maybe, I'll not say unproductive work, but if we can make that day smarter, so that they could utilize more time to do their stuff, spend time with their families. And they themselves were also under a lot of pressure. Sokrati, while it's a place to learn, it is, I mean, work is on the higher side. And when folks were back at home, and when parents realized itna sara kaam, so I think they also started introspecting, is it so much of work, is it I mean, what am I doing, am I missing on something? And I think we realized that, and we actively started asking them to sign out at 8. We actively started the managers to ask their team members to let them have a break, not let them stretch. Look out for early signs of burnout. If there is anybody who's going for a burnout, ask him to pause. And there were a little bit of a pressure from the whole hiring side. That there was some curves there, and that also was impacting quite adversely. And team did have lots of concerns, like when the situation is this, why are you putting such levers around hiring and all? So to help them understand, we used to do one-on-one, skip levels and all, so that also helped a bit.
Great. Yeah, I think the interesting part here is that what Vikash reiterated is that decision velocity, and that's something which we quickly realized that somewhere we were overworking or getting overstretched, and we didn't delay time in doing too much of to and fro, and there were measures which were brought about. So Vikash, now what we want to understand is that in this whole gamut of the things, you mentioned that we went through the V part, and the other part of V, that is the rising part, is going up and will continue to go up. What's that support you get from your senior management and the heads and your teams to help maintain that thing? So that's something which
I think the core at Sokrati is collaboration. I think that's underlying DNA at Sokrati, and I think we do it better than many, in my opinion, after seeing some other industries and companies elsewhere. I think that helps us moving. And I don't think there is any level or hierarchy which is very clearly present or visible to anybody. I think even when an intern joins or would have joined in past, they could have easily walked into Anubhav's cabin and asked, I'm loving this or I'm not loving this, and I need a change of things. So, and with right opportunity, right time, we have sort of balanced all those individual requirements. So I think, again, coming to the point of collaboration, one key learning from my early days at Sokrati was that disagree but commit. I think so. In a meeting, there are a lot of disagreements. You don't actually get to a consensus, but it never happens that once a decision is taken, then you say, "Okay, I'll not be part of that decision," or later calling out, "Okay, I said so, it will not happen, or it will not materialize." So that I have seen never really happening here. So people do commit, whether they agree to the decision or not. In a meeting, they will disagree, but once a decision is taken, they commit to it, and they live with that decision and ensure that whatever decision we have taken, we sort of get it implemented. So collaboration is core, and I think that's where right from the senior leadership to the peer group to the team that we work with, I think collaboration keeps us all moving and solving all these problems. And what happens through collaboration is that we are able to at least understand the perspective of different levels, different people, different individuals, different groups. And whenever we try to take the decision, we are more attuned to what people are desiring or hinting towards.
With that, Vikash, one last query which we want, because large amount of interns are on board and we have been hiring phenomenal number of interns, and I think a lot of these interns are watching this thing. What is your message to them when they come on board here to become successful?
Okay, I think you have to ensure and understand that Sokrati could be a platform for you to succeed. It will give you all the right ammunitions, right ingredients to fight it out or cook a great meal. Yes. But it's your responsibility to sort of make the best use of it. Sure. So in case somebody is eager to learn more and more, you will have people to reach out to. You'll have teams to reach out to and learn. In case you are of the type that want to just go through the momentum as it is coming and sort of going with the tide, I think the system will allow you to be here even then in initial days. But believe me, I mean, it's a fast-paced environment. The talent that we hire here, it is of great quality. Yes. Somewhere or other you will feel left out. So I think you should take the ownership of your career. And look out for support. You'll get all the support here, but ownership at the end is with you. So make the best use of this learning environment that is there, the fast-paced developmental organization that we have created, and make the best for you and your career. Yeah, that's
great. I think that's a message for all of us. This is a very fast place. You have to keep running to be in the same place. Highly competitive, and we really hire top talent. So you are one of the top talents. So keep achieving, and wishing you a great success and growth. Thanks for watching us on this episode, Heroes of Sokrati, Manoj Banjari with Vikash.
Thank you.
Thank you.